This video is brought to you by Ugreen. Every year around this time, I try to create a budget desk setup of some sorts. The goal is to present a great selection of affordable devices and accessories which you can use for inspiration to improve or build your own productivity corner. This time things went a little different. Instead of creating a single budget desk setup, I embarked on a journey to create 16. Ow! That's right, since my studio shares a wall with a boutique marketing agency working literally on the other side of this room, I often have the pleasure of spending time with great young talents who happen to share with me their current working layout problems. The biggest concern and the main goal of the objective was to introduce 4 new desk spots for people that were soon to be hired. The oval shape of the room was comfortably accommodating 12 people, but as the team is expanding, they wanted to have available desks for 16. The caveat is that the new desk shouldn't be at the expense of the current layout, meaning I can spread out more in terms of space, and I'll explain why towards the end of the video. The second tricky part was the budget. As with everything in life, things had to be as affordable as possible without making weird compromises. So I first evaluated the place. That's interesting. These move around freely. Whole thing is just... it's moving around. So we need to keep the same footprint. And instead of having 3 people sitting here, we need to have 4. While taking the exact same footprint, if not even less. Of course, the crappy monitors will go. And the other challenge is to keep the Alexas. Most of them, we don't want to change them because they're good. Like some of them are scuffed and scratched. But overall, we want to keep them in the game because people use them a lot. Next, I sat down to devise a plan. We have 4 working areas that accommodate 3 people each for a total of 12. Now, the logical thing to do was to keep the 4 areas as is, but optimize them to accommodate 4 people each for a total of 16. Initially, I was thinking of getting the cheapest IKEA desks, which are the Bekan series. They are sturdy and robust, and a smaller version is a shy over $300. If we had to replace all desks and get 16 new Bekan desks, $310 each, we're talking about $4,960. If we kept the current Alex drawers, which, let's be honest, have seen better days, each sitting area of 4 would take way too much space and the overall concept wouldn't be possible. Plus, it would look hideous. So I figured that I should use the existing Alex drawers in a way that I can hide the wear and tear and still put them to good use. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe because... why not? Keeping the existing Alex drawers led me to the idea of IKEA kitchen countertops in the longest version of 98 inches, 2 of them for each area. If we used Carlby countertops, for example, with 2 Alex drawers in the middle and 2 mid-back trestles on each side, each person will have a bit more desk width than a small Bekan desk, where for each countertop we'll be able to accommodate 2 people, which multiplied by 2 meant 4 desk setups. The floor footprint will be way smaller also, since we don't have to deal with legs in the middle, and we're shaving some depth as well, which will compensate for, and I'll explain how in a bit, giving us the perfect alternative to each current working area. If we draw the line, for 16 desks, we'll need 8 Carlby countertops and 16 mid-back trestles, totaling $3,352, savings of over $1,600, and we get to keep, hide and use the current Alex drawers perfectly. We're headed to IKEA to pick up 2 countertops that we want to use for those setups. Now, we won't be ordering all the countertops for all the 16 desks. Instead, we'll order just 2, just to make sure the concept works fine. And once we assemble the first 4 seats that we have planned, then we can place a bigger order for all the other components. The person behind this camera here right next to me is the one that found a cheaper alternative to the Carlby, which looks very similar, but it's almost half the price. So as it turned out, Seljan kitchen countertop costs $99, which compared to the Carlby one is $200 less. If we run the calculations with the mid-back trestles, we are no longer talking about $3,352, but a total of $1,752 for 16 desks. This is just amazing. I think it looks better than ours. This is nice. With such a great bang for the buck, we have plenty of room to upgrade all chairs and add some spices here and there. Since we're prototyping and building only this area, we had to assemble 4 trestles and 4 chairs only. Ow! Done. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Nice! Since many of the people working in this office are using MacBook Airs, plenty will require additional ports, especially the occasional access to USB-A, while others who are using dual monitor setups will definitely need a good solution. So for those reasons, we're hooking up each desk with a Ugreen 9-in-1 docking station. The laptop USB-C port on this docking station supports media display to dual monitors up to 4K at 60 Hz, where one can choose to mirror or extend the content. Also, with its single USB-C, people will be able to connect their monitors and most devices thanks to the included ports. 2 HDMIs, 2 display ports, power delivery, 2 USB-A, 1 USB-C and even 1 gigabit Ethernet port. With the USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, a 20 GB transfer takes mid-20 seconds, which is more than enough for everyone working around the office. The great thing about the dock is that it supports up to 100-watt charging to the connected laptop, so if you have a similar office or home desk setup, be sure to check out the first link in the description below to grab Ugreen 9-in-1 docking station yourself. To make sure everything is tied up and looks as clean as possible, we installed 4 IKEA cable organizers underneath each desk. People who use USB-C generation of MacBooks will have no problem drawing power directly from each dock, while those who use the older Airs will need to run a second charger from the organizer on the bottom so that everything is MagSafe plug-and-play on the top. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we get a Balolo shelf. How will that fit? Oh. Those little shelves are a great addition, by the way. I'll put them in the description if you want to check them out. This is the smaller size with the full-size shelf where you can tuck in the laptop. But for now, we'll just take it out. The monitors that the team was hooked up with, based on my recommendation, are the LG 27UL550s, which are still the Amazon's choice with thousands of 5-star ratings. The 27UL550 is a 4K 27-inch IPS panel which uses the same display technology from the more expensive relatives, but in a much more affordable package. Part of the savings come from the fact that the monitors don't provide power, which at a price of $300 is expected. The reason I recommended them this monitor was because of the mix of older and newer MacBooks. If you have a desktop machine, for example, this is also a logical choice since it makes no sense to pay extra for 60 watts power delivery on a tower. With this monitor and the Ugreen hub, the team is covered and future-proofed. As I mentioned earlier, to compensate for the 9 inches shallower tabletop, we're elevating all monitors on monitor arms. This way, there will be plenty of space for all sorts of creative needs, where people can choose to use only the laptops and monitors as dual setups or clamshell mode when preferred. The arms that we picked up locally are very basic and are similarly priced as Amazon Basic Arm, which I'll link below alongside all the other bits and pieces that we'll use. Now, these are generic monitor stands that can hold up to 30 inches, so anywhere between 17 inches and 30 inches should be fine. The only downside of those monitor arms are that are not very tall. But that's okay, for the purpose of these desks. For a chair, my personal experience is that nothing can beat the IKEA Marcus. We've been using them for years, and although they've been through a lot, there has been zero complaints. No rattle, no squeak, and plenty of comfort. The chair is wide and deep enough to accommodate comfortably more compact and more substantial fellas. The cushion is soft and it becomes even more comfortable as time goes by. The back and neck support are fantastic, and the ability to lock it inclined in different positions is one of my favorite features. What will make this chair the ultimate recommendation on my side would be an upgrade in adjustable armrests if IKEA decides to do so in the future. The fixed ones here are not the best, but still very good office chair. For $290 each, this is the largest investment in these 16 desk setups, but to me, those chairs make perfect sense and are worth the comfort and back support. Of course, we had to spice things up in terms of extra features and decoration. We grabbed 4 IKEA's Lannis cup holders and ordered another 12 alongside all the other items to complete the rest of the 12 desks. The cup holders fit perfectly on the outside corner of each desk and can be used to hold water bottles and even large cups thanks to the clever cup handle cutout. When there's nothing to place inside, one can always use it to accommodate a small plant, for example. Each desk needs a bit of greenery. Of course, I mean, we have green in the office, but these require no additional work. And for now, we can keep them in the cup holders. To make things cozy topside, I'm hooking up each desk with one of my own products, the Enough mousepad. It's a truly black mousepad that we spent a lot of time perfecting. And I'm really proud of the way it turned out. Sadly, we have the last batch, not this one, but we have a few more left. And afterwards, it's sold out pretty much. And I'm not sure if we're gonna do another round. Maybe we'll see if there's demand for it. But it's a lot of work because we ship everything by hand. Actually, this is how it comes and it arrives at your address if you order it, which means that the actual packaging is not damaged. And inside you have another wrapping. And look at this. Beautiful. This color with this, with the arm, oops, cable management, and this, wow. I think it's amazing. To eliminate any needs for kneeling under the desk should a cable fall down, we installed small sticky cable holders where people can tuck their monitor and power cables in. Since we built the first 4 desks over the weekend, the reaction of everyone the following Monday was more than enough for me. Everyone really enjoyed the makeover and the rest are now waiting for the rest of the new desks. To get a perspective, the use case is as follows. If I were to work there, as soon as I step into the office, I leave my backpack on the trestle. No more leaving it on the ground or someplace else. As soon as I sit, I can use the monitor in clamshell mode or as a dual setup or minimal, laptop only. The position of the desks is great as people can sit and group each other depending on the project that they work on, allowing them to separate and isolate themselves with the help of the monitors and when needed, gather together in the middle to brainstorm and meet. Additionally, since not everyone is taking full advantage of the Alex drawers, there will be some double desks that can use a single Alex drawer in the middle, leaving even more foot space. We plan to add some other clever makeover improvements to the other sections of this room, like creating a smart meetings corner, as well as a very inspiring chill area. If you want me to create videos about them, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel, as well as my newsletter, and as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.